Okay, I have the basic shape of all my terrain laid out. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, just what your eye sees. So now we're going to need to detail some of this terrain. So let's go ahead and we're going to detail this rock outcropping here. So what we're going to do is now we're actually going to use the raise and lower tool. Put on a fairly small radius. Enable noise. Somewhere around 2. Turn up the hardness a bit and the height a bit. And now to sculpt at it till you see that just basically starts looking right to your own eye. Don't worry about little peaks and stuff. You can always even them out later. Can zoom out to the top and kind of get an idea of where things might be. So I can sharpen up this whole ridge here. I'm going to smooth it out a little bit and do some of the stuff I did. Now just doing fast little clicks, so I just get little pops of terrain. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, on that side. It's so dark. I can actually turn my noise up a little bit, so get a little more randomness in here. I'm going to go back over here, take a look at my reference image. This actually looks like it's very sharp on this side. So on this side, I'm actually going to lower it. So we're going to put this in the negative range. We're going to draw these off. Don't worry about dropping off into the water. We'll clean it up later. I'm actually going to set our hardness much higher now so that we get an actual cliff. And go ahead and paint the edge. We'll clean that up later. I'm going to erase some areas here. And it's just a matter of just keep playing with it till it looks right. Here we go. Don't worry about exaggerating things or in textures. And terrain, because you're actually probably going to have to edit quite a bit of the terrain if you want to apply any story to the map. If it's a multiplayer map, then you can kind of get away with lots of little details, I guess. I'm going to do some more noise. Too much drop here. Okay, that should be good enough for now. Save that. Now we're going to texture this face. So we're going to go to Layer Painter. And these are imported already. I'm actually going to pick texture that's right out of the map. Actually, I need to go to the other side here. Or you can kind of hand pick it. I'm going to actually pick this rock back here as a color. Go a little bit darker again because it's just the base color. Set my radius high. Hardness low. And I pick Cliff Detailed. Now the way this texture works, it's only going to stick to cliffs. So it won't get some of these areas, like the tops, of the very tips of, or anything that's flat basically, beaches. Okay, and then I'm going to go with grass. I'm actually going to again pick out of my map here. Fill in these other areas. You can always soften things up again later. Let's go back and whoops. Looks like I missed the backside of these cliffs. And we got the beginnings of our first cliff. You can do color variations, changing the colors, changing the hardness and the radius, painting, say, the edges of these so they're a little softer. And of course, once you add vegetation, it'll cover up actually a whole lot of these, so you don't have to get too detailed. You can do the same thing with the rocks. Oops, actually I wanted cliff detailed. Let's go with something brown. It's randomly adding variation. There you go. More and more realistic rock. Do this over the whole map, and you'll have an incredible looking map. Use the terrain editor, clean up the beaches and the edges. That's all you gotta do.